The Galactic Council's Grand Chamber had never been so quiet. Representatives of 17 advanced species sat in stunned silence as the footage played on the massive holographic display. The recording showed a single human battleship, tiny compared to the capital ships of the Dravid Empire, tearing through an entire blockade formation, its strange weapons leaving nothing but debris in its wake. "This cannot be real," whispered High Commander Trell, his four eyes blinking rapidly in disbelief. "These humans? They were discovered barely 50 cycles ago. They should be primitives." Admiral Ross of the Human Expeditionary Force stood calmly at the center of the chamber, hands clasped behind his back. Unlike the other species present, he wore no ceremonial garb, only a simple gray uniform with minimal decorations. The lack of ostentation somehow made him more intimidating. "The Dravid Empire gave us no choice," Ross stated flatly. "They attacked our colony worlds without provocation," we responded. 3 months earlier, humanity had been considered nothing more than a curiosity. When first contact was made, the galactic community had categorized humans as a Level 2 emerging species, interesting for their unusual biology and creativity, but strategically insignificant. Earth maintained a small diplomatic presence on the Galactic Council, but most species paid humans little attention. After all, they controlled only a handful of systems and possessed unremarkable technology by galactic standards. The Dravid Empire, controlling nearly a quarter of the galaxy, had been waging a campaign of expansion for centuries. When they set their sights on the resource-rich systems near human space, they considered the human presence a minor inconvenience. Their first attack came without warning. 3 human outposts were reduced to rubble in a single day. The Dravid expected immediate surrender. What they received instead would change the course of galactic history. "They never asked about our history," said Captain Lee of Human Intelligence as she addressed the emergency session of the Council. Her voice was calm but cold. "No species ever did. You saw our peaceful exploration vessels, our diplomatic corps, our cultural exchanges. You assumed that was all we were." The representatives shifted uncomfortably in their seats. "Humanity evolved on a death world," Lee continued. "Our home planet tried to kill us every day with predators, diseases, natural disasters. But our greatest threat was always ourselves." The holographic display changed to show images from human history, ancient battles, world wars, nuclear standoffs. "For thousands of years we fought each other. We perfected the art of warfare while the rest of you were building consensus governments and peaceful federations. By the time we achieved unity, we had developed military technologies that we hid away, hoping never to need them again." When the Dravid attacked the human colonies, Earth's response was measured but decisive. They asked once for the Dravid to withdraw. When refused, they activated military protocols that had been dormant for generations. Hidden shipyards in the asteroid belts of Sol system awakened. Weapons platforms that had been disguised as research stations revealed their true purpose. And most terrifying of all, specialized soldiers who had been kept in cryostasis, veterans of Earth's last wars, were awakened. The first human counterattack stunned the Dravid. A small fleet of unmarked vessels appeared at the edge of a conquered system. The Dravid commanders barely had time to raise shields before strange missiles, carrying what would later be identified as dimensional warheads, created localized rifts in spacetime. Ships weren't destroyed. They simply ceased to exist in normal space. Ground forces discovered that human soldiers wore exoskeletons that made them faster and stronger than any known species. They carried weapons that could adapt to enemy defenses, changing frequency and output to overcome any protection. And most disturbing of all, the humans fought with a cold efficiency that terrified even the Dravid warriors. Within 2 weeks, the humans had retaken their colonies. Within a month, they had pushed into Dravid territory. "We don't want your worlds," Admiral Ross told the Council, his eyes scanning the chamber. "We don't want tribute or surrender. We want to be left alone to develop in peace. But understand this. If attacked again, our response will be absolute." The representative from the Eldar Consortium, one of the oldest species in the galaxy, leaned forward. "How is it possible that you concealed such military capability? Our sensors should have detected such technologies." Ross almost smiled. Your sensors detected exactly what we wanted them to detect. Humanity learned long ago that appearing weak when you are strong provides strategic advantage. The council chamber erupted in anxious chatter. The implications were staggering. If humans could hide their true nature so completely, what else might they be concealing? Within days of the council meeting, the Dravid Empire sued for peace. Their emperor, who had never personally negotiated with any species in his 300-year reign, came to Earth itself to sign the treaty. Other aggressive powers throughout the galaxy suddenly became more diplomatic. Border disputes that had simmered for centuries were resolved through negotiation rather than force. The mere possibility of human intervention was enough to ensure compliance. The humans, for their part, returned to their peaceful pursuits. Their warships disappeared back into hidden bases. Their soldiers went back into cryostasis or returned to civilian life. To all outward appearances, they were once again the unassuming creative species that had first joined the galactic community. But something fundamental had changed. When human representatives spoke at council meetings, even the most powerful species listened. When human ships appeared in distant systems, they were given wide berth, and when disputes threatened to break out into open conflict, the simple suggestion that we should inform the humans was often enough to bring parties to the negotiating table. Humanity had revealed just enough of its true nature to ensure that no one would dare test them again. They didn't want an empire. They didn't seek dominance. They simply wanted peace, and had proven they were willing to fight with terrifying efficiency to maintain it. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Sometimes the most dangerous species are the ones that have learned the true cost of war.